Welcome back to our channel. Today we uncover the extraordinary life of Hollywood's golden era icon, Claudette Colbert. Renowned for her elegance, charm, and unforgettable performances, Claudette lit up the silver screen with her captivating presence. Yet behind the glamour and timeless grace lay a life filled with ambition, fierce determination, and yes, scandalous rumors that trailed her all the way to the grave. From her rise to stardom in Tinseltown to whispers of dramatic feuds and controversial relationships, Claudette's story is as fascinating as the roles she brought to life. Stay with us as we dive into the untold chapters of her career, her tumultuous personal life, and the legacy of a true Hollywood legend. Claudette Colbert's life begins with a story of contrast, one that juxtaposes the glamour of her later years, with a childhood shaped by transition and quiet resilience. Born Émilie Claudette Chauchoin on September 13, 1903, in the heart of Paris, surrounded by the culture and charm of the French capital. It was a city that likely inspired dreams far grander than what her modest upbringing could promise. But this idyllic Parisian life didn't last. At the tender age of 6, Claudette's family uprooted their lives, moving across the Atlantic to New York City, a world vastly different from the one she had known. Now imagine this young girl, her life turned upside down, adjusting to the hustle and bustle of New York. The move was more than a change of address. It was the first defining moment of her life. Her family sought opportunity in the new world, and while Claudette might not have realized it then, this shift set her on a path toward destiny. The bright lights of Broadway were waiting, though she had yet to discover them. Her earliest years in America weren't spent basking in the glow of a spotlight, but rather navigating the challenges of a new culture, language, and identity. Interestingly, Claudette's first dream wasn't acting. It was fashion. She enrolled in the Art Students League of New York and worked in retail to support her education. This background in design may have laid the foundation for her impeccable style and eye for detail, traits that would later set her apart in Hollywood. Yet, Claudette wasn't one to shy away from reinvention, a trait that would define her career. She found her footing in New York's vibrant arts scene, eventually stepping onto the Broadway stage. It was here, amid the fervor of live theater, that Claudette's natural talent began to shine, catching the attention of audiences and industry insiders alike. Her childhood wasn't without its hardships, but it planted the seeds of her resilience and adaptability. These qualities would later help her navigate the cutthroat world of Hollywood. Looking back, one can't help but wonder if her Parisian roots and New York upbringing imbued her with a unique blend of sophistication and tenacity, the very essence that captivated audiences throughout her career. This story of a young girl from Paris who grew up to conquer Broadway and Hollywood sets the stage for the dazzling, complex, and occasionally scandalous life of Claudette Colbert. And as we delve deeper, it becomes clear that her childhood was more than just a prologue. It was the foundation of a legacy that still endures. When it comes to Claudette Colbert's family dynamics, one figure towers above the rest: her mother, Jean. Jean wasn't just a supportive parent. She was a dominant force in Claudette's life, casting a long shadow that would shape many of her decisions. Overbearing and fiercely protective, Jean was the ultimate matriarch, always by Claudette's side, even when her daughter reached the heights of stardom. Claudette, a rising Hollywood icon, living in Los Angeles, surrounded by the glitz and glamour of Tinseltown. Yet right there in her home, in the midst of her newfound independence, was Jean, firmly rooted and unwilling to let go. Jean insisted on living with Claudette, ensuring her influence was ever present. It wasn't just motherly love, it was an unrelenting grip on her daughter's life and decisions. This controlling nature played a pivotal role in Claudette's personal life, especially in her first marriage to actor and director Norman Foster. In 1928, when Claudette married Foster, she did so in secrecy, an act that speaks volumes about her relationship with her mother. In 1930, Colbert starred alongside her husband, Norman Foster, in Young Man of Manhattan, where the couple played on-screen lovers. The film should have been a showcase of their romantic chemistry, both on and off the screen. But it wasn't. Critics were quick to pan Foster's performance, calling him one of the weakest leading men in Colbert's career. Their professional collaboration in Young Man of Manhattan seemed like an opportunity to display their marital harmony to the world, but instead, it only highlighted the underlying tensions in their personal lives, a tension that was further exacerbated by Claudette's fear of her mother's disapproval. Claudette feared Jean's disapproval so much that she hid the entire union, keeping her husband at arm's length from the family home. The tension of a marriage conducted in shadows, with Jean reportedly banning Foster from even setting foot inside the house. For 7 long years, Claudette and Norman maintained a marriage that was, in many ways, more of an arrangement than a partnership. They never shared a home, a reality dictated as much by Jean's domineering presence as by Claudette's own inability to break free from her mother's influence. It's a dynamic that feels almost Shakespearean, a clash of loyalty, love, and power under one roof. Colbert's marriage to Norman Foster ended as many predicted, but the reality was no less heartbreaking. After years of keeping their relationship a secret and carefully navigating the demands of her family, the pressure finally became unbearable. In true old Hollywood fashion, the couple sought a quick and quiet divorce in Mexico in 1935. The end of their union, while inevitable, marked a pivotal moment in Colbert's life as she began to reclaim her independence, both personally and professionally. This strained relationship reveals a side of Claudette's life that many fans might not know. Despite her on-screen confidence and elegance, her personal world was marked by deep complexities and compromises. The unyielding grip of her mother and the secrecy surrounding her marriage speak to the sacrifices Claudette made, not for her career but for her family. As we unravel more of her story, it becomes clear that Claudette's life was not just about the bright lights and accolades. Behind the scenes, she wrestled with the weight of family ties that both supported and suffocated her, creating a compelling narrative of strength and vulnerability that continues to resonate. Claudette Colbert's career is a testament to resilience, talent, and an uncompromising pursuit of perfection. Her journey began on the vibrant stages of Broadway, where her natural charisma and poise caught the attention of producers. But Hollywood, with all its glittering promises and pitfalls, was a different beast altogether. Her first foray into the world of cinema came with For the Love of Mike in 1927, a silent film directed by a young and inexperienced Frank Capra. The experience was nothing short of a disaster for Colbert. The production was fraught with challenges, leaving her so disillusioned that she swore off the film industry entirely. However, the ironclad nature of her contract forced her to stay in Hollywood, setting the stage for a career she could never have anticipated. Everything changed in 1934 when Colbert reunited with Capra for the now legendary romantic comedy It Happened One Night. Despite their rocky history and mutual dislike, Colbert's portrayal of Ellie Andrews, a spoiled heiress with charm and wit, became iconic. The film swept the Academy Awards, including the Best Actress trophy for Colbert, cementing her status as a star. But her success came with drama. Colbert wasn't Capra's first choice for the role. In fact, she only agreed to do the film after demanding a higher salary, and a condensed shooting schedule to accommodate her vacation plans. Her initial doubts about the project make her Oscar win all the more remarkable, a triumph born from what she once considered a stinker of a film. In the same year, Colbert dazzled audiences with her portrayal of Cleopatra in Cecil B. DeMille's epic Cleopatra. This role, while visually stunning, took a heavy toll on her. Recovering from appendicitis, Colbert endured grueling days in elaborate costumes that left her physically drained. It was a performance that showcased not just her acting ability, but also her unyielding dedication to her craft. By the late 1930s, Colbert had climbed to the pinnacle of Hollywood, becoming its highest-paid actress. While Colbert's film career was decorated with accolades, including her historic Best Actress Oscar for It Happened One Night, her achievements extended far beyond Hollywood. In 1959, she earned a Tony Award nomination for her performance in The Marriage Go-Round, showcasing her versatility and stage presence. Later in life, she received Lifetime Achievement honors, a testament to her enduring influence on the entertainment industry. But her ascent wasn't just about talent. It was about control. Known for her meticulous attention to detail, Colbert mastered the technical aspects of filmmaking, particularly lighting and camera angles. She famously insisted on being shot exclusively from her left side, a preference so strong that she sometimes required sets to be redesigned to accommodate her demands. Her meticulous approach extended beyond performance. Claudette immersed herself in the technical aspects of filmmaking. From lighting to camera angles, she worked closely with directors and cinematographers, revolutionizing how actresses were portrayed on screen. This pioneering spirit influenced generations of performers. This perfectionism wasn't vanity. It was a calculated effort to preserve her image in an industry that thrived on illusion. Claudette Colbert's career is a narrative of persistence and reinvention, marked by moments of doubt, flashes of brilliance, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. She transformed from a reluctant starlet to a trailblazer who defined an era, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire. And while the silver screen may fade, her story remains timeless. Claudette Colbert's life behind the camera was as riveting, and at times as scandalous, as the roles she brought to life on screen. While she maintained a public image of grace and sophistication, her professional and personal worlds were far from immune to controversy. There's a story that many Hollywood insiders whispered about, but it never made the headlines. It was said that Claudette Colbert once hosted a private soiree for Hollywood's elite at her lavish Los Angeles home. Known for her impeccable style and charm, she orchestrated the evening down to the smallest detail, from the perfectly aligned candles on her dining table to the hand-picked jazz musicians performing live. However, what made this party legendary wasn't the glamour. It was Claudette's quick thinking and audacious flair. As the story goes, one of the attendees, a rising actress known for her beauty but infamous for stirring drama, started causing a scene, loudly criticizing Claudette's insistence on always being photographed from her left side. The young actress claimed that such demands were proof of vanity, loudly drawing attention to herself. Unfazed, Claudette reportedly stood, wineglass in hand, and addressed the room with her signature poise. "Darling," she began with a dazzling smile, "I don't demand the left side because I'm vain. I demand it because I understand the art of illusion, and perhaps someday you'll understand it too." The room burst into applause, silencing the actress and cementing Claudette's reputation as the queen of wit and grace under pressure. Some say this story is exaggerated, others believe it's pure fiction, but one thing's certain: Claudette's ability to turn any moment into a display of brilliance is what made her unforgettable, both on and off the screen. Moreover, one of the most troubling incidents in her career unfolded during the filming of The Sign of the Cross. Her co-star Frederick March, infamous for his inappropriate behavior, subjected Claudette to repeated harassment on set. In the male-dominated Hollywood of the 1930s, many actresses felt powerless to speak out against such treatment. But Claudette wasn't one to remain silent. Instead, she took a bold and unprecedented step. She demanded control over the release of her photos. By insisting on approving all images before publication, Claudette turned a moment of vulnerability into an act of empowerment. This groundbreaking decision not only set a precedent for her peers, but also earned her the admiration of fans who saw her as a trailblazer for women's rights in the entertainment industry. Another story of Claudette on set. While Claudette Colbert was known for her professionalism on set, there was one notable exception to her otherwise impeccable demeanor. In 1943, she appeared in So Proudly We Hail, alongside Paulette Goddard and a much younger Veronica Lake. Drama unfolded when Goddard struck up a friendship with the naive and youthful Lake, leaving Colbert feeling sidelined. At 39, Colbert resented the implication that she was too old to be included in the camaraderie, and the perceived slight only deepened her animosity. From that point forward, she harbored a noticeable disdain for Lake, making their interactions on set undeniably frosty. This incident highlighted a rare moment of vulnerability in Colbert's career, revealing her sensitivity to ageism and the pressures of staying relevant in an industry fixated on youth. Fans and crew members speculated about the tension, and the press subtly hinted at behind-the-scenes friction during the film's production. Despite the drama, Colbert's performance in the film remained flawless, a testament to her ability to channel personal frustrations into her craft. Media coverage of this move was divided. Some praised her courage, while others accused her of being difficult to work with. Fans, however, rallied behind Claudette, applauding her for standing up to an unfair system. Letters poured in from across the country, with many praising her for showing that Hollywood's leading ladies could command respect both on and off the screen. But Claudette's professional life wasn't the only source of public intrigue. Rumors about her personal relationships often made tabloid headlines. Chief among them was the alleged affair with fellow screen legend Marlene Dietrich. Gossip columns painted a salacious narrative of a secret romance between the two powerhouse actresses, fueling public fascination. Yet the truth was far less dramatic. Behind the scenes, the two women shared a strained relationship. Dietrich reportedly dismissed Claudette as ugly and so shopgirl French, sparking animosity rather than affection. While fans speculated about their alleged love affair, insiders knew the tension between them was rooted in rivalry, not romance. Perhaps the most shocking scandal in Claudette's personal life revolved around her close friendship with Verna Hall. In the 1950s, as Claudette Colbert grew older and started slowing down her acting career, her life took an unexpected turn. When one door closed, another opened. And in 1958, she met Verna Hull, a wealthy heiress whose companionship became a significant part of her life. With her husband, Jack Pressman, often busy with work, Claudette found solace in Hull's company. The two women quickly became inseparable, frequently attending art galleries and exclusive events together, turning heads wherever they went. However, their close bond came with its share of complications. Tabloids wasted no time reigniting rumors, speculating that Claudette and Verna were more than friends. Both women vehemently denied the accusations, yet the whispers refused to fade. For a decade, Claudette and Verna maintained their friendship, but things took a dark turn in 1968. That year, Colbert faced one of the most challenging periods of her life. Her husband, Jack Pressman, was bedridden, suffering from terminal liver cancer. Naturally, she leaned on Hull for support during these trying times. But instead of being the steadfast companion Claudette needed, Hull shocked her with an unthinkable act. Hull sent a letter accusing Pressman of harboring a sinister plot to take Claudette down with him. This bizarre and chilling accusation marked the end of their friendship. Claudette, already dealing with her husband's imminent death, couldn't bear the additional betrayal. In a rare public display of emotion, she severed all ties with Hull, returning every gift she had received during their decade-long friendship. Fans and tabloids alike were stunned, further fueling the narrative of Claudette's tumultuous personal life. These moments of scandal, while challenging, underscored Claudette's resilience and determination to maintain her dignity in an industry that thrived on sensationalism. Whether facing harassment, enduring betrayal, or navigating a relentless spotlight, Claudette remained unshaken. For her fans, these controversies only deepened their admiration. To them, she wasn't just a glamorous star. She was a survivor, someone who refused to let rumors or adversities define her. In the end, Claudette Colbert's life wasn't just about the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. It was about resilience, courage, and the strength to stand tall in the face of relentless scrutiny. While the scandals may have added intrigue to her story, they also highlighted her unyielding spirit, a legacy as enduring as the films that made her a legend. When it came to matters of the heart, Claudette Colbert's life was anything but straightforward. Her second marriage to prominent surgeon Jack Pressman appeared, at least on the surface, to be a union of stability and happiness, especially when compared to the tumult of her first marriage. The pair shared a life together until Pressman's passing in 1968, marking nearly 3 decades of companionship. Yet even this seemingly perfect relationship wasn't immune to the relentless rumors that so often swirled around Hollywood stars. Speculation about Colbert's alleged infidelities during her marriage to Pressman plagued the tabloids, but none of these claims were ever substantiated. It's important to remember that Hollywood during this era was a breeding ground for gossip, with every move scrutinized and sensationalized. For Claudette, the whispers may have been a small price to pay for maintaining a relatively private life away from the spotlight. Still, these rumors add a layer of intrigue to an already enigmatic figure, raising questions about what truly happened behind closed doors. Adding to the mystique of her romantic life is a story that sounds like it could have come straight out of one of her films. During the filming of It Happened One Night, Claudette reportedly had a brief affair with her co-star, the dashing Clark Gable. The chemistry between them on screen was undeniable, but the idea of an off-screen romance only heightens the allure of their pairing. Both were married at the time, making the alleged affair all the more scandalous. Whether fact or fiction, these stories paint Claudette Colbert as a woman whose personal life was as layered and complex as the characters she portrayed. Her relationships, real or rumored, reveal a portrait of someone navigating love, loyalty, and the weight of fame in a way that continues to fascinate. And perhaps it's this combination of grace under pressure and the ever-present air of mystery that keeps her story alive, decades after the final credits rolled on her remarkable life. Besides, Claudette Colbert was not just a Hollywood star, but also a beloved friend to many of her contemporaries. Known for her charm and wit off-screen, she cultivated lasting friendships with industry legends like Barbara Stanwyck and Myrna Loy. These relationships showcased a side of Claudette that audiences rarely saw, a woman who valued genuine connections amidst the cutthroat nature of Hollywood. Despite the fierce competition of the Golden Age, Claudette's friendships reflected her warmth, intelligence, and ability to balance her ambition with loyalty and camaraderie. As Claudette Colbert transitioned into the later years of her career, she shifted her focus from the glamorous roles that had defined her early success to more nuanced, challenging performances. One such project was the 1950 drama Three Came Home, where she portrayed a woman interned in a prisoner of war camp during the World War II. This role marked a departure from her usual romantic leads, showcasing her range as an actress, yet her commitment to authenticity came at a high cost. Insisting on performing her own stunts for a particularly violent scene, Colbert suffered a serious back injury. This injury not only caused her immense physical pain, but also led to one of the biggest disappointments of her career. She had to relinquish the lead role in All About Eve, which ultimately went to her longtime rival, Bette Davis. The film went on to become a cinematic masterpiece, earning critical acclaim and solidifying Davis's legacy. For Colbert, the missed opportunity was undoubtedly bittersweet, but it didn't diminish the remarkable contributions she had already made to Hollywood. As time passed, Colbert chose to step back from the spotlight, retreating to a quieter, more private life. Even as her film career slowed, Claudette found a new stage in television. She appeared in acclaimed productions, proving her timeless appeal and adaptability in an ever-changing entertainment landscape. She had outlived her family and many of her contemporaries, a reality that brought both solitude and reflection. While she no longer graced the silver screen, her presence remained in the hearts of fans who admired her elegance, talent, and resilience. Following the loss of her husband, Claudette Colbert endured even more devastating blows, losing both her mother and brother in quick succession. For anyone, these would be crushing losses, and while Claudette certainly grieved, her reaction surprised many. Along with her sorrow came an unexpected sense of relief. After years of carrying the emotional weight of her family's needs, she found herself with newfound freedom and time. With this shift in her life, Claudette turned back to the craft she loved. In a remarkable return to acting, she delivered a standout performance in the 1987 miniseries, The Two Mrs. Grenvilles. Her portrayal was so compelling that it earned her a Golden Globe Award, proving that her talent and charisma had not dimmed with age. This late career triumph reminded the world that Claudette Colbert was more than a star of Hollywood's golden age. She was an actress of enduring brilliance who could captivate audiences across decades. On July 30th, 1996, the world bid farewell to one of Hollywood's most iconic stars, Claudette Colbert, who passed away at the remarkable age of 92. Her death marked the end of an era, but her legacy remains as luminous as ever. Claudette was not just an actress, she was a trailblazer, a woman who redefined the role of the leading lady and set new standards for elegance, wit, and talent in Hollywood. Claudette Colbert was part of a generation that witnessed the birth of sound in cinema, survived the cutthroat studio system, and navigated an industry that often discarded women as they aged. Yet she thrived, evolving with the times and leaving an indelible mark on the silver screen. She wasn't afraid to take risks, whether it meant diving into challenging roles or standing her ground on creative control, even when it wasn't the norm for actresses of her time. What makes her story even more compelling is how her influence extends beyond her filmography. Claudette Colbert represents the golden age of Hollywood, a time when movies were more than entertainment. They were larger than life spectacles. Her career reminds us of an era when icons weren't just defined by their box office numbers, but by their ability to captivate audiences with their sheer charisma. Even after her final curtain call, Claudette's star didn't dim. Instead, it grew brighter in the memories of fans and in the annals of cinematic history. Her life was a testament to perseverance, reinvention, and grace under pressure. And her passing reminds us that while time may take the stars from our skies, their light never truly fades. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the life and legacy of Claudette Colbert, a star whose shine remains undimmed despite the passage of time. From her groundbreaking roles and Academy Award-winning performances to the whispers of scandal that surrounded her, Claudette's journey continues to captivate fans around the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more intriguing stories of Hollywood's brightest stars. Until next time, stay tuned for more tales that bring the golden age of cinema back to life.